The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Thank you for joining us. As always, every Wednesday here at FRC Media, we spend a few moments to speak with the Mayor of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan, who joins us from the 6th floor of Government Center. Mayor, how are you this week?
Doing great, Keith. How about you?
Good. Did you have a good weekend? I know it was a very busy one with Memorial Day, but I mean, that's always a great time of year. I know.
Absolutely. There's so many memorial services to go to. There's two or three a day at a minimum. And, it's nice to get around and see all the people. And, every memorial seems like it has a different crowd. There are some constants, but it's nice to bounce around and pay respects to the people that made this country what it is. Which is what we're
absolutely. Yeah. All righty. On the docket this week, I want to follow up. The city has been without a city administrator for about a month and a half or so. Give us an update on where that stands in terms of filling that position.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is work out an internal candidate that we believe can help us right now. He knows a lot about the city, and we'll probably be making an announcement at the end of the week. We're working on a schedule shift, and a lot of it is depending on funding and how things work out with what he's doing now. So we're on our way to a plan. It's just not finalized yet, but it will be shortly.
So let me ask you, I know you had sent out some a proposal for applications. What didn't you like, I guess, in terms of the pool that may have been interested?
It's not so much what I didn't like. It's just looking for people that know the inner workings of a gateway city or a municipality. It's a little different than a town. A lot of the fundamentals are the same, but when you're in a gateway city, there's always a lot of constant moving parts. This morning, someone walked in to talk about a building on South Main Street. We got a call from the DOT to talk about a homeless camp. We were talking about what's going on the waterfront. It's always moving. It's always different, and you got to be up to speed on a wide variety of subjects. It's what makes that person invaluable, and I think that's what I'm looking for, someone that knows how things roll in the city of Fall River and what we can get done. And I believe we'll be going down that road shortly. And, the candidates, some of the candidates didn't have any experience. Others had some things that might work, but I think the person I'm looking at can do it.
Yeah. All right, shifting gears, the city council, and we talked about this last week in terms of the city budget. The city council is working through their deliberations on the city budget for FY 2026. Last week, after we spoke, I believe it was last Thursday, the House in Washington voted a tax and spending plan, which could negatively impact a lot of projects that could be funded here in Fall River from the federal level. What are you hearing in terms of maybe, it's still a long way to go. The Senate needs to do its work on it in Washington. What could the impact be here in Fall River in terms of any federal cuts?
Well, it could be devastating. I mean, with the push to eliminate the Department of Education, I keep hearing they want to send the money directly back to the cities. But if that doesn't bear out, then you're looking at Title I, II, III, that there's a ton of federal money that goes into the public schools. And then when you get to the city side, Community Development Agency, all of these earmarks or grants that we have, whether it's the $10 million for lead pipe removal or some of the street projects that are funding or grants for our public safety people. There's a lot of grants that pour into the city of Fall River. And of course, we'll keep looking for them. But if all those things in the worst case scenario came to be and there were massive cuts, we'd be looking at definitely a different city government.
Yeah. And of course, it's something that you have to plan for, but obviously you're not going to know for some time, because not only the Senate voting on, the framework, I guess, of a budget, but the budget itself from the federal government doesn't happen until later on this year. So there's going to be a lot with the overlapping of city and federal fiscal years, it must be kind of tricky at times, right?
It's very tricky. The Community Development Agency, for example, is on a little different schedule than us. And the grants that come in some of these, public safety grants, they come in at different times, and it does overlap from one year to the next. But it's all a benefit to the taxpayers in the city of Fall River. It's costs we don't have to put directly onto local taxes, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the support from the federal government and our state partners also, and anything we can get to lessen the burden, we're going to do. We have a great little grant writer back there in Jasmine Pereira. She does nice work, and she's looking all the time. So we're going to keep at it, but we definitely want to see how this federal budget shakes out before we know where we're going.
Yeah. As always, I like to try to get some updates on some initiatives across the city. There's been quite a lot of work, and you talk about federal funding. There was some federal and state money that was available to help spruce up some of the storefronts on Pleasant Street in the Flint. And I know there's other plans for that area. Give us an update in terms of plans in the Flint.
Yeah, I think you'll be seeing some new construction, or some rehabs, I should say, going on across the street from the Fall River Pawnbrokers. That should start any day. The old the building where the Brazilian Grill is on the corner has been undergoing some renovations. We have another cleanup scheduled up there for the 14th. House on Thomas Street, the rehab will be going for sale. Hopefully someone's going to get themselves a nice little 2-family, contact community development to get into that auction. But we're still waiting for the final direction on them. The federal earmark that we're going to do either some storefronts, street repairs, streetscapes, and keep doing the things that make Pleasant Street more walkable, more livable, and I think you're starting to see some buy-in. It's trickling in now, and we're getting there. We'll just keep going at it.
All right, Mayor. As always, thank you for your time. We'll talk again next week. Take care.
Thank you, Keith.
All right. And as always, thank you for joining us here at FRC Media. Have a great week.